Okay, I got this letter from Patricia Parsons. She was entrapped by the children of Satan, known as the FBI. Anyone who works for the FBI, I believe, is destined for hell. I don't see how you can be a Christian in good conscience and work for that organization. Nonetheless, they entrapped Patricia Parsons. She's now spending a 5-year jail sentence. We did send her a birthday letter, and she wrote a reply back. This is her reply. Hey, Rudy and Aaron, thank you for the birthday. Oh, by the way, it's her birthday tomorrow on the 13th. Today is November the 12th. And she wrote this on the 7th, so she wrote this 5 days ago. Thank you for the, quote, birthday card. Cleet normally sends one that she has copied on her copier printer, but I do not think she is able to do that anymore. Things have just been too hard and stressful for her. I wish I was there to help her and my stepmom, but if I was not here, I'd still have all of my animals and would not have time, I suppose. I was up from Sunday to Sunday down. I was up from sunup to sundown between work and farm work. Neither Cleet nor Sweet Pea needed me as much back then either. Bubba did not have cancer, and he and Sandra helped Cleet a lot. Dad was not as bad off with his Alzheimer's and could take care of things on the river. I know and will continue to know what it is like to be a woman that has to handle things on her own. On that note, my case manager called me into his office on Thursday, 11/5. On the way, he said that we had good things to talk about. He wanted to talk about a halfway house and home confinement. I said, I thought you were going to put that in January. He told me that they were pushing for the papers to go on through. We talked about my circumstances. I told him that I was not going to my mom's in South Carolina. The closest relative that could help me was my 81-year-old mother-in-law. My dad had really bad Alzheimer's. He asked about my residence. I told him, last I heard, I had the water main break from the street to the house, found out when Mom told me there was a $500 water bill, which should not have been since the water was shut off at the street once the remaining 26 dogs were removed from the property. And that said leak, which I know exactly where it is, washed out my driveway. So if someone has to look at the property before I go home, they cannot get to the house, or rather mobile home behind the house being built. He told me they would never approve me to be released there, and he put me as homeless. Now here is going to be the main issue. There is no way I will take my truck to Orange Mound, a suburb, or Memphis. When I told my stepmom where the halfway house was, she said, oh, hell no. I have to get a pass and ride to get to the farm. Buses do not go out over there. Before I can have anyone go out there to fix the leak and broken pipe, I have to clear what I assume will be a quite overgrown driveway. I have been told the grass has grown higher than a tractor in the pasture, and Mike's 4x4 truck in the front yard. The driveway is 3/10 of a mile long. I can clear it in a day if I can get permission to go out there. Then I need the leak fixed and the driveway repaired, both of which will cost probably more than I can afford. He told me the mobile home needed to be suitable to live in, which was not when I lived there before. Spiders will probably be very bad, and I will need to replace the doors that the FBI tore up, which I told him. And that will be once I can even get down to the house and yard anyway. I did not tell him that I have no water in the mobile home, as my last winter there, the pipes burst and needed to be replaced. They were pretty much shredded from the looks of it. As I remember, all of these repairs cost money. I have resigned myself to the fact that I will be working 3 jobs just to pay my house note, and still I have to maintain a farm with the animals. But the animals were what made it home to me. I guess I will just have to take things one step at a time to see who can and will help me. Shorty would have kept the yard cut for me if he wasn't 100 miles away. Maybe he can get one of my 3 tractors running. I am told it's an 8-hour job for two people. I assume they mean two strong men. You do not find out who your true friends are. You do find out who your true friends are during these times like these. I know you keep me in your prayers. God bless and walk sacred. Love, Pat. And then she writes, to be honest, my plan is to camp out unless I can find someone that has a small camper travel trailer. Dad sold his years ago. So it looks like they may release her. She's been in prison for several years. I don't think she should have spent a day in prison. And the people that entrapped her, I think, have a specially hot place in hell waiting for them. But she's a dear, sweet soul. She was an electrical engineer for 25 years. She's an upstanding member of her community. And she's going to have a hell of a time once she is released from prison. So, Aaron and I have never, well, I don't want to use the word never, but we have rarely, if ever, raised funds for prisoners. We always point to other people who do that, a trusted family member, a friend, something like that. But I know if you can write a letter to Pat Parsons, if you live near her or somehow can help her, she is a dear, sweet soul, and we certainly will continue to pray for her and help her as much as we can. I hope she gets out of prison very soon. Thank you for your time.